Super fighting robot, Mega Man.
Hello and welcome to OMGame Boy. This is a What the Famicom subsidiary and little pocket-sized episodes. Today we're going to talk about everyone's favorite hero, 1987, Rockman. Some of you know him as the little blue pill, the little guy that keeps going and gets you going. We're going to talk about Mega Man, and we're not going to talk about the hits, the guys that made it. Today, we're going to talk about some of the villains that didn't make the cut. So join us. Here, I have my co-podcast.
Hey, Mega Dan. It's me,
Mega
Mega
Dan. Nice. Well, I am Nick Wiley.
Yeah, perfect. That's what I was
Dr.
actually
Nick
trying to
Wiley.
think of something that
Yeah.
rhymes with it.
That's good.
You
I'm
could be
Dr.
Mega Man's dog, Rush.
Yeah,
Get a
Dr.
dog
Nick.
at some point.
Dr. Nick Wiley Rush. Yeah, that's me.
Doctor, yeah.
That's me. So
Who
we're
was
going to talk about
Mega Man's dad, Dr. Light. You
Pro-
could be like,
yeah, Dr. Light. I could be Nick Light, Mega Rush.
that just sounds
Wiley.
like you're like a light beer.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Light.
I could do that. I could do Dr. Nick Light. Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome. Well, I mean, welcome me. I'm Mega Dan. Is this episode's about Mega Dan, right?
Yeah, it is. That's the entirety. We're actually going to talk because people know, like, there's all these bad guys, like Scissor Man and Gut Man and Snake Man, and there's like a whole bunch of mans, and it's like, where did they come up with these ideas? It's crazy. So we did a little digging, and there were like tons of ideas that got thrown against the wall, and not all of them make the cut, like most people know. I mean, you can only have like, what, 9 villains per game, so like 19.
I think it varies. Yeah, I think the more games that came out, it's like they all rotated around him. There was
Right.
more- yeah.
And it was a cool game. You had to beat one bad guy and then use their power, and like it was a weakness against another guy. I think that's a real cool idea. So I wanted to see like what didn't make the cut. I think that would be so interesting. So we decided to do this episode on villains that didn't make the cut. As we all know, Akira.
Rejected. They were rejected. They were rejected.
they were.
For some society didn't want us to
you know,
play it.
some of it was testing society. A lot of reasons. So we'll get into that with each villain. As we all know, creator Akira Kitamura, he made these like of his own heart. He put a lot of heart and soul into this. Akira Inafune did the artwork for all these, and I thought it was so cool that 2 Akiras were friends at the time. Like, that's wild. That's like having a friend named Nick and a friend named Dan. So it's almost like we're doing Mega Man again here, and we could almost make a game with all these rejected villains. I thought that was so cool.
I think we actually should. When this episode's over, I think we just should.
Cool. Well, I'm going to cut to the chase. Do you know who the first rejected bad guy was?
I would love to hear. No, is it? Which game is it from?
They were going to do this for one, Paper Man. And it was real cool because at the time, Paper Boy was popular.
Oh,
and
shit.
this is the story.
There's also a Cut Man. There's a Cut Man in the first one, right?
There is. So Paper Man was Paper Boy, all grown up and disgruntled at the world. The thing is, his power was he could turn into a sheet of paper. In testing, most of the time it would just fall flat. You could walk into him, you could shoot once. Sometimes he would just fall over when he turned into paper, and you'd win. So
you wouldn't even touch him. You wouldn't even.
Yeah. So in the description it said Paper Man fell flat, and I noticed that was pretty sad. But I mean, I thought it was cool. I don't know why they didn't keep
I thought
it.
it was actually a real meta idea, really ahead of its time.
They were trying to capitalize on the Paperboy fans. I mean, you can't blame them for that. You could probably have written on him if they fleshed it out a little further.
How do you beat the level?
You just walk into him.
Yeah,
That's it. Like apparently it was too easy. A lot of people were saying, and people were saying,
yeah, that makes
paper.
Sense.
I mean, I don't know. So, I'll give you another one real quick. Hedgeman. Like, it sounds pretty cool, right? Like he has the power to trim hedges. So his arms were different attachments for like the levels, and like you would have to constantly be trimming hedges, and they would be in different shapes. Sometimes it was an overgrown bush, sometimes it was like just your neighbor's bush, and he came with 6 different settings and attachments, and I was like, whoa, I can't believe they didn't put that in there. But apparently back then there wasn't a lot of gas-powered hedge trimmers. It was electric, so you needed like an extension cord, and it looked really stupid on testing.
So in the game, you had in the level you had to get an extension cord to power him, then to fight him.
Yes, And most people were like, well, what if I just don't power him? Do I beat it? And they were like, yeah, but that's
Oh
not
yeah,
fun.
you just walk like this.
99% of people didn't power it up, and it failed miserably. And I was like,
Wait, what
damn.
about that one? Did that 1%?
Yeah, would plug him in and lose every time because it was so hard to beat him. He had 6 attachments, different speeds. Like that's
A
cool.
that's a lot going on for a Mega Man villain. I'm not.
I
Gonna lie.
agree. Yeah.
I'm kind of glad they cut him.
Yeah, well, he would have cut you. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Nice.
oh.
Do you remember
I have a
Yeah,
few.
yeah,
I looked.
give me one.
I
Give me
did
the you
some
found.
research, but I didn't do them on the internet. I
Oh.
found old Nintendo Power magazines, old
Okay.
Game Pros,
Yeah.
old, just old publications of with concept art of characters. The first one, I mean, I don't think it'd be made today, but it was called Virgin Man.
Okay. Okay.
And
That sounds cool.
from what the concept art looks like, he was a blue and tan colored bot.
Oh.
So he was just like a normal size. He was sort of like the size of Cutman or the same
Okay.
size as Mega Man, but
Yeah.
his right arm was like huge.
His.
So what he did was, you walk into the room, the music starts. He's at the very end of the wall.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything. All he does
Okay.
is, you see his huge arm. He turns his back. You kind of just see his back turn,
Yeah.
and he starts like flashing as if like he's powering up.
Powering
Yeah.
up. How long does this
is
last?
this is actually, they said this in an article that this is when you're supposed to hit him because he's so vulnerable.
Oh, he's
'Cause
vulnerable.
apparently it only takes one hit to kill him because he's a total
Okay.
loser.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
when he's doing that, you hit him then, because if you don't, he turns around, his arm is bigger than ever, and he just kind of floats for like 3 to 5 seconds, shooting what looks like in this drawing, it looks like pearl pellets.
okay, that's cool.
White pearl
They probably
pellets are.
probably really damaged your character. That's pretty
Yeah,
vicious.
they could fall on your head. They would like stay there, and
Stain? Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, stain his armor?
and then he would power down. It was kind of ahead of its time. He would power down. He would just slam to the ground with that big muscular arm, and you would lose like 85% of your health.
That's insane, dude. I
But
would
again,
have loved to play that version.
in an interview with the creator, he said it was just one hit to kill him.
Okay. I mean, kind of cool. Kind of like, I guess it really captures the essence. You said Virgin Man? Virgin Man?
So the reason they rejected him, it was none of the reasons I stated. It was
Okay.
actually the reason they rejected him was a lot of gamers, quote
Okay.
unquote, like, and I'm saying, you see my quotes.
I'm seeing him. Yeah,
Gamers,
he's giving air quotes
They
for
they
listeners.
actually sympathized with Virgin Man.
Oh, dude, it actually hit too close to home.
Yeah, I think a lot of gamers back then were virgins, and they were like, "Mega Man, what are you doing?" So
Yeah,
they were
like Mega Man was the bad
virgin
guy here.
side. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
to
they
me.
made him the hero, and they actually almost made a spin-off game.
Oh, snap, dude. Oh, I think I heard about this. It's called Solo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's wild. And you would go solo and like I think did he hate women? Is that a thing? I heard
I
this.
think so. And there was pre-production on cartoon. There was pre-production on
Yeah.
Game Boy game. It's just
Incel
but,
community talks about him a
backlash.
lot.
You know how
Oh, I know.
it's-
Political correctness.
Yeah,
We talk about it
political.
every day.
we
I
don't
know.
we don't like to get political on this podcast.
We don't get political in this podcast. Okay. Okay.
Another one.
No, I'll jump ahead a couple because I have so many, dude. I know you didn't do
Okay, I only
internet
have a
research.
few.
Yeah, I'll give a couple of the big hitters. There was Coca-Cola TM Man. He had an ice cold Coca-Cola TM trademark,
Okay.
and he would drink it like right in front of you. You know how the bars are filling up, and the
Yeah.
music starts. Well, he would have this ice cold Coca-Cola TM, and he would
sounds
drink it. Oh, dude, it sounded like quenching some thirst. I was getting thirsty just reading about Coca-Cola TM Man. So he would pop open his ice cold Coca-Cola TM, and then he would drink it like this ice cold Coca-Cola TM and just down the whole thing, and his health kept going up. I mean, you could battle him and stuff
So
like that.
yeah.
but-
So what are you doing while he's doing all of this? What is Mega Man doing?
well, there's always those little cutscenes where you can't move, so he finishes the ice cold Coca-Cola TM regardless of what you do. You can't stop him, which I thought was really cool. It was like, whoa, I'm seeing this guy power up in front of me, and there's nothing I can do to stop him from drinking this ice cold Coca-Cola TM. And I thought it was ahead of its time.
It
Apparently,
seems like the very first cutscene ever in a game.
kind of was. It was a little ahead of its time. I think Mario had a few. The one I'm thinking of was like a pornographic Mario thing that was in 3 you had to unlock, but we're not going to get into that.
I think that was Hario,
Yeah,
Super Hario Brothers.
I think it was. Yeah. Hedgeman would have cut that bush down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, he would have.
But mhm. But anyway, they scrapped the idea because apparently Coca-Cola TM wouldn't sign on, so it was like a total
So
wash,
they
a
made so
waste.
they made the character, just they
Oh,
didn't
they
get
made them.
Coke.
Yeah, they didn't get the
Coca-Cola.
approval at all. Coca-Cola, stingy
Yeah,
Coca-Cola, the big company TM, wouldn't sign off. I thought that was kind of messed up because all they had to do was sign off, and their product would have been all over the place.
seriously, Coca-Cola. What were you thinking? Where are you now? Nobody's drinking Coke now. Nobody drinks soda
I,
now. If you were
most
in a
people,
Mega Man game, every kid that played an old Mega Man game
yeah,
would want to chug a soda because of this character.
most people were saying Virgin Man. Most of his fans loved Coca-Cola Man TM.
Were they in this? They were supposed to be in the same Mega Man game. I think their concept art was
Yeah,
next to each
there
other.
was even a talk of a Mountain Dew XXX Extreme Man, but that it
Yeah,
got scrapped too because of the whole Coca-Cola project. Kind of
it's
ruined
crazy.
it ruined sodas for everyone, and that's
Yeah.
messed up.
Uh,
The next I came across was UL Listed Man, and I was like, what? Because now I sell wire and cable, and apparently, if you look at any of your plugs or wires or cables or things you plug in, they have to be
mhm.
UL listed. That's the Underwriter's Laboratory. And I was
Everybody
like,
knows that.
dude, I'm in the business. I know all
Yeah.
about this, and I did a little research. It's like UL listed 1422, UL listed 1507, UL listed 1057, and I was like, holy shit, I know about this stuff. It's flame V1 flame tested. Like it has to pass 600-volt tests. Like all this stuff was going through my head, and I was like, this is insane. Why wasn't this a character in Mega Man? Like I played these games. I lived this life. This is what I wanted. But UL listed, man, it scored incredibly low in the Japanese community. Apparently they don't use UL standards, and I thought that's
Whoa,
disgusting.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. hmm
Wait, hold
Only
up.
only the United States and Canada appeal to UL listings.
So
So
because of a
really,
localization thing?
yeah. So we can blame Japan for no UL listed man. And I thought, huh, I'm
You know,
not here to spout racism or anything, but you dropped the ball. They ruined a
you are
perfectly good
not
character.
listening to URL Man because if you did,
Mhm.
he would probably be the biggest villain in all of Mega Man. Correct?
Oh, it would
Right.
have been so awesome, dude. Can you imagine plugging in an outlet that's not UL listed? It's like, whoo, dude. I'm like getting electric tingles thinking about it.
How far did this guy get in the process of being in the game?
Oh, they did the artwork, they did sound effects, they did everything. It was
The
literally
voice, they did the voice of
the
him.
voice, yeah, everything was set to go. Like anyway, shut down. Yeah, shut down.
I got another one that was shut. I mean, I actually,
Go
now you
ahead.
say shut down. I have one
Yeah.
that was actually just, it got so far, but it
Okay.
shut down right before it got into the alpha, I believe, of the game.
Okay.
And this is, I believe, I mean, don't quote me on this, but I believe his name in it was Cheap Man. So Capcom got a lot of flack for this.
Okay.
They didn't care. They were like, we want to make the best Mega Man game
Wow.
ever.
Uh-huh.
So Capcom really tried to diversify their characters and make them from
Mhm.
different backgrounds, different religions. So they wanted to make a rabbi character, and they called him Cheap Man.
Oh, ooh,
Yeah,
I see what they did. They
yeah,
went
like
they went too heavy-handed.
yeah,
It's
it's too
not you
heavy.
can't
So
do
what he did
that.
was he was a black, dressed in rabbi outfit.
Okay.
He's a robot, still a robot. These are all
Okay.
robots.
Robots.
But
So,
he would throw gelt at you. If you're unaware, gelt
wow.
is the chocolate coins.
I
They
thought that was
would
the fish.
they would take away like 25%, and that wasn't even an issue. Like there was actually nothing of he would pick them back up
Okay.
because he would need
No
them.
waste. No waste.
But it actually, I think the issue that the reason why they cut him was it took 400 hits to kill him.
Oh my
And the
God.
reason why they did that is because it was in reference to the 400 years Jews were in slavery. It was from the Bible.
crap,
So they took
dude.
it from the Bible. So they were trying to
That's
be
Old
as
Testament.
they were trying to
That's
be
true to
as
the book.
respectful
Mhm.
to the Mega Man lore and to the Bible as possible. So basically,
Old
they were
Testament.
treating Mega Man lore as the Bible, and they tried to incorporate
Whoa, I
religion,
like that.
because
It's like
it was a
religion and
different religion.
gaming.
They
Yeah,
cut them
okay.
out. So
It's
anyway, Cheap Man, he wasn't cheap to produce. They had to get the rights to rabbis. They had to get the rights to Gelt,
God,
to put Gelt
I,
in the game.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, so Capcom actually almost went out of business after cutting this guy.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
And wait, when you think about it, it's kind of it's prejudice to not put him in the game in a way.
you think about that, right? Think
Yeah,
about the
like
reverse lesson.
why not? It's
Another one
No,
'Cause that
I'll jump
all
because
these.
you're gonna blow your load, man. I got like
I mean,
I
I
got
was
like
gonna
a
say a
lot.
lot. My main thing was I was gonna say a lot of these are ahead of their time.
They are.
Hundred
That's
percent.
literally nowadays you can do that.
Yeah.
It's weird because I have one that ties in. After that whole Fallout, they
Hmm.
did Saint Blaze Man, and I was like, "What? Blaze? It sounds like blades." Well, Saint Blaze is actually the patron saint of throats. As everyone knows, his feast day is February 3rd, and they do the candles in these. It's a Christian thing, and they do
Of
the
course.
the
Yeah.
ceremony where they do the candles on either side of the neck and they
Hmm.
bless you, and it's supposed to keep you from choking or diseases of the throat. And I was like, what? I got really big into it. I was like, yo, they designed him to have these two candle arms, and he would cross them and bless Mega Man, and you wouldn't choke in the game. And I was like, whoa, this is next level. Like
That sounds fantastic. Why
that's
wouldn't
what I'm
they?
saying. Why didn't they?
Yes.
Apparently, they thought choking was fine. Like apparently they were going to make Mega Man 4 was gonna be the first game where you could choke. And they said, it's gonna get into the dynamics of like the engineering of how we
Hmm.
make the game. Because like if you got too many coins and pellets, your character could choke. And they were like, Saint Blaze Man is gonna ruin that dynamic. Do you know what the big irony is? They never really developed that choking thing. So
No, you actually. I don't know when the
exactly,
last time you played a Mega Man game. What when
you
they
can't
made
choke. Hmm.
in Mega Man 9,
Yeah.
there's like a hub that you can go to hang out with Dr. Light, and you choke him.
That's crazy because I thought maybe that's why they didn't.
People
Oh,
don't tell you that. People don't tell you that. That's like an
that's
Easter egg.
insane. Did you hear about male pattern baldness? Baldness man?
No, he. I mean, he sounds like a man. That's what a man would go through.
Yeah, they this one came out like 8 years ago. They were like really gonna put it in Mega Man X4, I think. And it was supposed to appeal to a new generation of gamer that was like an old gamer. And they were like, the people
Okay.
who started this game, now they can finish it. It was like
Yeah, now they can see
tying it
themselves
all
as Mega
together.
Bots.
Yeah, and he had armor everywhere except his head, and you could see like he was losing just like enough hair, like he kept the same haircut, but it didn't look good anymore. And like the power was you could see yourself there, and I was like, oh shit, this is deep. Like that's crazy. And
Yeah.
yeah, it got canned by National Hair Bureau, NHB. You can look it up, but they put the kibosh on that one, and
Well,
now we don't
why?
have.
Don't they want to be represented?
I guess they didn't, dude. There was too much backlash in the community, and also they couldn't figure out what he would do to Mega Man. It was like kind of stuck in this transition period where like,
To
what
be
does he
honest,
actually do? Does
I
he
was thinking the same thing.
shampoo? Does he? He doesn't. Here's his great power. He doesn't use as much shampoo. Like that's not a power. So they were like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
well, I guess
not.
we got to move on.
If
Yeah,
anything, it's a handicap.
I guess. I mean, he's saving money on shampoo when you think about it.
Yeah, but
Did
he's.
you hear? I got another one, like real quick hitter.
Uh,
Gold Tooth Man? And I was like, what?
it sounds good. I like it.
So he had like this beanie and like he was short and he sounded like he was based on, okay, this is a rumor I heard. He's based on, it's an homage to Harry Lime from Home Alone. Do you remember? Yeah. Joe Pesci's character? They
Yes.
really were like this. And the thing is, he was invincible, except that he had the same weakness that this is a rumor. Director Akira Kitamura and Harry Lime had the same weakness. A weakness for 8-year-old boys.
Oh, that's
So,
why
like,
Mega Man is
remember?
so young.
Yep, and that's why Home Alone, foiled by an 8-year-old director. We're not going to get into that
Christopher
allegation.
Columbus.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, they cut it from the final thing of the game because he would just ting and shine and show his tooth and it would glimmer. And I thought it was a really cool idea. They should have fleshed out a little further, maybe got a little more detailed.
Hmm.
But yeah, it got cut from the final make of the game.
That's crazy. It came around the
Yeah.
same time as Home Alone 1, I believe, right?
No, like 2 years before, the director
Oh, that's
knew a
great.
guy who
So,
was
so Harry Lime
he
was
knew.
inspired by. Okay. Wow,
So
it's like a whole universe that they were planning.
things you find out when you do research for this
What's crazy?
podcast.
It's because the liberal
Yeah.
snowflakes just complain about everything. And
Oh
they complained
God,
about
don't
it.
get me started. Don't get me started. Ugh. Who you got? Who else? Come on, give me
All
another
right, I
recap.
got this is kind of crazy,
Okay.
but it's the same. It was in a different magazine. I found this in 1989's Nintendo Power issue 102. and it was hyping Mega Man 3.
Mhm.
It was talking about it. It's like we're building these like state of the art robots now.
Snake Man.
So there was
I
one
remember.
that
Yes.
I didn't get the name at first, and
Okay.
now it kind of makes more sense. He's called the Me Too Man.
Oh, like how did they spell it? This is crazy.
Just METOO.
Okay.
Man.
This is crazy. I
I never
actually
understood
came
because they have like the little bios of the bots, and so the bio under this is he's just a huge presence. He's just a guy.
Okay.
He's not even a robot.
Yeah.
But you can't go near him. When you get to the end of the level, you literally have to like reverse go to the, backtrack the entire level and go
Mhm.
around him. Or if you go near him, you're done. You're dead. You can't kill him. You can't touch him.
He was just there.
He was just
at
there.
the end of the level, and you had to go to the end of the level,
Yes.
and then get around him. So go back to the
You had to
beginning.
get around him. But the mechanic, so they decided to do that, but the mechanics of the game wouldn't allow you to reverse and go around him, so they had to cut him out of the game.
Oh, so it was literally he was a victim of like
He was like a
their-
game breaker. He broke the game.
Okay, that makes sense.
He also his design.
hmm
It's weird because it was just he just had a smile on his face the entire time.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a smile. Well, it wasn't a smile until if you got like within maybe 2 feet of him.
Okay.
Mega Man could be on one end of the room and he would just be
Mhm.
a dude on the other. If you decide to backtrack, you can backtrack, but you couldn't
Yeah.
technically. If you got like a little bit closer, his smile would get bigger.
Okay. That sounds
And
creepy.
that's when you knew
Oof.
you were in like a red alert range.
Yeah. This sounds. Oof, I'm getting goosebumps, dude. This would have been
Yeah.
a great addition to the Mega Man lore. It's really a shame that they canceled him.
He didn't even have a health bar. He had nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. You
Me
learn
too,
so
man.
much about this.
I actually think they should reincorporate him in because he sounds like
Well, there's
it's
the
Dark
whole
Souls. You know Dark Souls. I feel like it's the Dark
Yeah.
Souls of games now. Like you need to like
who
you know
can
you
beat
can
it.
take him out.
Who can beat him? Nobody can apparently.
Yeah. I mean, he probably beats himself.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it.
Jesus.
If there's a
Christ.
mod out there, I would love to hear a mod or like somebody.
Yeah,
that-
like someone who hacked the game or got into
Yeah.
the I'm sure one of our followers could probably pull that up. Well, it's
Yeah.
weird you say that because I came across. Did you do this? Like, because they're all called man, and like
Mhm.
apparently the whole women's movement, which I'm for, like cool. They couldn't change the name from man, but they wanted to make it like more appealing to women. So it was yeast infection man. He was like super powerful. Like apparently none of your blasters worked.
This was supposed
Yeah.
to appeal to women.
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't? It's representative. So
Yeah.
they made this guy
Right.
in the game because they figured more women would want to play the game because like it's like relatable or something. I don't know. Again,
Mhm.
we didn't make this as real stuff. You can find it. But the only way to defeat him was with like a medicine, and you had to take it for 3 days straight. And it was like called Monostat or something. But either
Mhm.
way, I thought that blew my mind that there was a guy who you would fight and it would take 3 to 5 days to defeat him depending on which medicine you took. And I was like, what?
You know, it's crazy. I like,
Mhm.
I didn't take you seriously, but I
Mhm.
have a second cousin that always gets yeast infections. So
That's-
she would probably love if
Yeah.
his character was in the game. But of course, they take out representation, like they
They
always
do.
do in Holly Weird and the
Ah.
video game and Gamergate and all this stuff that represent us. You know, we're
Yeah.
the
Gamer
the
and well, yeah, we're the player, we're the Mega Man, we're the bad guys. We're all of them kind of. That's crazy.
yeah, we are Mega Man. Like that's the hashtag now.
That should
You know,
be the
we
new.
are Mega Man. We're not going to let you oppress us. So,
Yeah. I like that. But I also like the inclusion of different look at this one. Did you know Pasta Fagioli Man? So it was an
Nah.
Italian. Oh, dude, it was an Italian bricklayer, right? He was a day laborer. I think he used to. Well, this is a little backwards. I mean, this was made in '92. He would hit his wife, everything else, and he was an Italian day laborer. He was always mad and speaking half English and Italian. He would make spaghetti and
For you,
spill it.
like on the
Yeah,
spot.
no, for himself and spill it on himself. It was sloppy. It was. People said it was kind of racist towards Italians, and I thought, like I'm Italian, I kind of get it, but I mean, it was a little racist, but like he carbo loaded, and like it's tough to beat someone who carbo loads.
yeah, like how do you even want to fight someone that has carbs?
Exactly. Uh, moving on, like, because I don't even want to touch that. I think it was perfect as it was. They came out with Bill Paxton, man. He would literally just say lines from Bill Paxton's movie. They had rights to it. They bought all the rights. They paid buku bucks. Bill Paxton, it would be like, "There's a twister coming this way," and like stuff like, "Cal, that's the same Cal." And he would say things like that.
So that's just
while
you were just
playing.
saying lines from Twister though.
Yeah, mostly they got from just Twister because it was
Okay.
easier. There were some from True Lies, I think.
Where he says he has a little dick. That one.
Yeah, and he's crying. He does
Yeah.
say that when you first get in the room, and then he says something like, "Don't kill me," and he pees his pants. So I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool. He's also in the Western movie. What's that called? Tombstone. But I don't remember any of his lines. I think they incorporated something.
Welcome to
But
Tombstone. Does he say that?
yeah, he does. That's right.
Welcome
Anyway,
to
it was
Tombstone.
confusing for the audience. They said when testers were in there. A lot of these are also younger people testing, so I think the results were skewed. I think if it was with an older audience, like maybe our age group, people
Yeah.
would have really responded better, and Bill Paxton man would have been in there. So,
Yeah.
oh, dude,
Yeah, I don't understand.
did you come across Goatsy, man?
We were reading this. No, we were reading completely different. I only had a
Okay,
few, man.
yeah,
Couldn't find it.
Goatsy, man.
Goatsy.
Yeah, yeah,
Goatsy.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think it was Goatsy, so it was a guy who could see a goat. I have no idea. It just said no description.
But there was no goats in the level.
I have no idea. There was no description. I just thought that was a great idea, and it got canned. I have no
Huh.
idea why. Yeah, weird. Did you hear Pigeon Man? This is like one of those childish ones. It's like, what are you gonna do with a pigeon? Like this is the stupidest. And it was a man, and he would go, "Hoo, hoo." But the thing is, they recorded 3,000 different sounds of pigeons.
Well, they had to
Apparently, they
record
were
for different, regions, so different languages.
no, they did it
Oh.
all for the New York region. So these were all New York pigeons.
York
They were trying to
pigeons.
get, yeah, they're trying to get the New York audience to really buy into Mega Man because apparently that's the one area that they didn't sell the most games. And they were like, brainstorm, let's get the most idealized New York like animal. Like
Well, you
let's
got to
do it.
remember that Sonic was popular in New York. Remember that guy, the creator, drove around Times Square, asked
Yeah,
people if Sonic's, yeah, like, so.
Anyway, it failed miserably because he didn't have any powers. But I
can
thought,
imagine.
yeah, but they recorded like literally over 3,000 sounds of
Can
actual
you find that on
pigeons
YouTube?
from
Somebody has that
Florida.
on YouTube, right?
So I'm sure someone does. Please share it in the comments below.
Yeah, link below, man.
Seriously. Alcoholic Dad Man? That one was really cool.
That
That
sounds
one was
familiar.
like,
That sounds like I actually
yeah,
lived that one.
yeah. They it was supposed to like be a dark period of Mega Man's face, and he goes and it's like, Dr. Light's his real dad. This is a guy
Yeah.
who's like sort of his dad. It's like a flashback, and it's like
Mhm.
he's divorced, he has a messy apartment. He's always saying stuff, like he's promising you stuff, but it never comes through.
Mhm.
It was dark, dude. I
Does
thought
he
that was
leave the
awesome.
level like saying like I'm gonna go get lottery tickets and not come back?
He said he was getting smokes, I believe.
Votes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, that's what would happen. That's the whole reason it failed. You would come in and he would be disheveled on the floor. You'd have to pick him up. It's kind of embarrassing for you.
Mhm.
But Mega Man would pick him up, and then his health bar would go all the way up, and he'd be like, "I got to go out for smokes," and you would sit
And then your
there
health
and
bar would go down once you left because you realized.
yeah, well, and the game wouldn't end. You couldn't leave the arena. Nothing would happen. They're saying it was programmed he would come back, but anyone who's ever played, he's never come back.
Wait, so it was programmed to come back, but actually it became sentient.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
wow.
one's 100% sure what happened. I thought that was crazy. Do you have anyone else, dude? I feel like I've been rattling
No,
them off.
I honestly, I got all mine from the same Nintendo Power magazine.
Okay.
They were all in like the beta concept art. They were almost done,
Mhm.
and then I think because they got revealed in this magazine, they kind of just, shit the
No,
bed.
that-
They were like,
dude,
"Oh crap, we're in trouble."
That makes sense.
That's
I mean,
all I have. I
run
feel
into
like
trouble.
we
Scale
need-
Man? Did you do Scale Man, dude?
Scale Man.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool concept. It's like fleshed out with Snake Man, but this one is actually a guy who's suffering from ichthyosis vulgaris. It's like an autoimmune disease where your body, it looks like dry skin, but it gets worse and worse, and eventually you actually have scales, and it's incurable. And the whole time when you would come into the scene, he would just start screaming, and he would never stop.
You would just be in pain.
Yeah, he's in pain the whole time. It was like
Wow.
really deep. It's like Mega Man. Do you even shoot that guy? Like, oh my God.
I mean, you should at
You're an
least
animal.
give him your blaster to shoot himself.
I think they were talking about that as an option. I don't know if it ever got fleshed out because of the whole Kevorkian thing. We're not going to get
Yeah.
into that. We're not political.
Honestly, I feel like we should cap off at Scaleman because Scaleman just is such a depressing ending.
No, I have a couple happy ones. Did you hear about the two villain system?
No.
Yeah, they actually did one. It was the first dual enemy Mega Man would face. It was called Happy Tissue, Sad Tissue Man, and like it was two tissues around the level that you would have to fight. And like one was really sticky and one was really gloopy, and like you had to figure out, whoa, is this a happy tissue? Is this sad tissue? And you could use different things to fight them. So like the happy tissue, you could shoot it with like I don't know, baseball players and telling it about baseball and saying things that were unsexual, and it would turn off the happy tissue. But
Okay.
like sad tissue, you could be like, it's okay, you're not a failure. Alcoholic dad man is not here, like stuff like
Yeah,
that.
he's
It
not
would
gonna
dry up. That was cool, but it never made it because they couldn't actually code two enemies at once. I thought that was awesome.
It wasn't that they couldn't code tissues. They were
Uh,
able to.
they were at the time. There was a
That's
few
crazy.
games to
Nintendo?
look up. Yeah, Nintendo actually did that. Existential Dread Man was crazy. You would come into this room, Mega Man would get in there, it was all dark and stuff,
Mhm.
and then you'd hear this voice that would say, "Did you leave the stove on at home?" And Mega Man was like, I don't know, I thought I turned it off. And he'd say things like, "Oh, I think you left the curling iron on," and he'd be like, "No, I." And then things like, "You left the garage open at home." It's just weird stuff. Or, "Oh, you accidentally emailed that joke to your boss." And Mega
So
Man would have to
this
think
was like
about
a level.
it.
This
Oh,
was the final
dude.
boss.
Yeah, and it made you really think like what's real, what's not. Like, did I do that? I have no idea. I'm scared. Like that's scary
This
stuff.
sounds terrible.
Yeah,
You all seem to be
Glade.
getting more positive. You seem to be getting more negative, if
Well,
anything.
no, I mean Glade Hawaiian Breeze Man. That was pretty crazy.
Okay,
That
these
one.
just sound. Doesn't even sound like they're. Are these just sponsored by Capcom
I mean,
or sponsored by the company like Coca-Cola TM wanted to get in the game, but not really?
no, I mean I don't know because listen to the next one. KitchenAid Artisan Series 5-quart stand mixer with pouring shield, man, and that's like
I don't
that's a
think
high
that-
quality item.
Yeah, I don't.
All right. Well, how about Art Man? That sounds pretty regular, right?
Yeah,
It was a guy would appear on your screen. You wouldn't even be able to fight him, and he talked about pre-Renaissance art for 6 hours. It tested poorly in almost every community because kids are they're annoying. They want instant gratification. Art Man was trying to teach them about art.
I actually know about this one. The only place
Yeah.
it tested positive was Sweden.
That's
Yep.
insane. Do you think they released it in Sweden? I'd like
I
to
think
look
it's
that
probably
up.
in the black market, but they
Okay.
definitely reacted positive to that.
I mean, there's Router Man, where every 2 times you fought him, you'd have to contact the IT department. There's 6 CD Changer Man, where he literally could play one of 6 CDs. It was random. Like you didn't know what CD was going to play next.
But CDs weren't around when.
No, this one came out at, I think 2 years ago, Mega Man X9.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they were a little old, actually, at the
Yeah.
time. Actually dated, but that's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably.
IBS Man, did you come across that dude? Like
Which one?
sometimes IBS Man? It was like
IBS,
for people who had like certain disabilities or something, and
Yes.
like he always had to go to the bathroom, and like it was like, whoa, this is a villain who's also human like me, and he has IBS, irritable
more
bowel.
relatable.
Yeah, like he hardly ever finished the level. He would poop his pants. It was disgusting. Chain letter man, he would just read a chain letter, and you had to forward it to 80 of your friends.
So these are villains. These are. The way you're talking about them seems like the creators like playing them out to be like you're playing as them. It seems like a very unique approach to Mega Man. Like he seems no longer the main character.
Well, it's kind of cool. Paper Straw Man, that was a cool idea. They were taking advantage of the eco movement, I guess. A fabric softener man, he didn't do anything. It just made everything smell nicer. But you couldn't smell in the game, so they were like
Yeah,
canned.
that doesn't help.
That's weird. They came across Un-Mega Man. It was a 40-year-old who lived at home and didn't have any powers. And it kind of sounds like it crosses with Virgin Man a little bit. So
Yeah, I think that was the original Virgin Man.
yeah, that's it's crazy that all this happened. There's so many more, and we can't even get to them all. I mean, we gotta wrap this up. We could talk all
Yeah.
day about all these villains that would have been, and I think it's great that Capcom and all the other subsidiary companies investigated these and fleshed them out. But maybe next time, flesh them out more. I
I
think
feel
it
like
would be,
Mega Man would have been.
yeah.
People would still be talking about Mega Man today if they put, if they respected,
Yeah.
culture, and they respected decision making, and they respected corporate sodas. Like, what? Just put them in the fucking game.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, there's no reason that they shouldn't have. To me, it's almost like they dropped the ball a little bit.
Honestly, if Cheap Man was in the game, my parents probably might not have gotten divorced.
That's a good point, man.
Like,
I
nobody
mean,
actually thinks about that. Nobody actually cares to even think about it, and
okay.
it seems like an amalgamation of the
Yeah.
word
I
of
think
like
it-
all the problems that we have in gaming. Like, I'm kind of like this whole culture nowadays. We're always being afraid to like
don't get me
put.
started. Don't get me started.
I can't even get into it
They're
right now.
afraid
I
of it.
don't like
It's really that they're afraid of taking chances.
They're afraid of taking chances. That's a
Yeah.
perfect way of putting it.
It's
You know
honestly
who
what it
wasn't
is.
afraid?
Who?
Nintendo Power Magazine.
Wow. You're
Because
right.
they
They put
published
themselves out there.
this artwork. They published these pictures and they wanted us to know. And every person that published that article got fired.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Did they even?
So
I think I
what?
read about this. They weren't even licensed to work there. I heard.
No. Like, they weren't
Yeah.
even actually employees. They just wrote an
Yeah.
article and put
And
pictures
it
on.
slipped it in there somehow. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But I mean, this is a hell of a topic because we let the world know that there are millions of rejected Mega Man villains, and we hope that one day Capcom, instead of closing doors, they
Poo-pooing
ask
around
us
things.
to open our wallets because I will.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put my money there. I will do
So
it.
that is another episode. That is concluding our episode of Mega Man for the
Cool.
OM Game Boy podcast, the mini podcast.
Hell,
Pretty-
if you want to read in, Google it,
yeah,
and
if
then you
you
can
want to
find out
look
about
into it,
Ocean Pollution Man, Kevin Spacey Man. Like, there's a lot of these guys that we didn't
Danny
even
DeGoro Man. Like, there's so many things
that we didn't touch
that
on.
we,
I
that we
agree.
didn't even.
We're not gonna. We don't have the time. But either way, I
There
think
was
the
a
best
Cosby
way-
Pudding Man that they didn't release.
Oh my
He was like
God,
DLC
that's-
for something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, DLC, the first DLC. I actually read about that.
So we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you for enjoying our mini cast once again.
Thank you.
Nick,
Thanks for
it's always a
joining us.
pleasure. Hey,
This is weird. Hold on. This ties in, and I know usually we have a sign off. Well, Bill Paxton, man, put it best when he said, "Game over, man. Game over."